What's up, Mac and Maniacs? Tonight we got a special guest, Jonathan Hubbard. He's gonna give y'all some real, true Brim history. And y'all know OG Cutes, he's in the house just for standby purposes. And yeah, we could put to rest any misinformation that's out there. And we're just gonna kick it, man, and have general conversation, show a few pictures. And so introduce yourself, brother.
My name is Jonathan Hubbard, known as Big Crazy Dog from LA Brims. I started about 13. The Brims first year, something kicked off in '68. I was let me rephrase that. I was one of the pups coming up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't officially a Brim at that time. But the Brims had established themselves in '68. And I followed them, you know what I'm saying? And I am who I am today.
Right. I'm glad you made that clear, 68, because somebody had said 72, and we figured it was a mistake, but I didn't have anything else to go on. And I just didn't really like to quote things from the book Uprising, because
Right.
yeah, a lot of people said that information was wrong, so I don't even go off that. I like to go to the horse's mouth, or at least as close to the foundation as I can, man.
Uh,
But are you familiar with the book Uprising?
yes, I read it.
Did you know General Lee?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Robert Lee.
Okay, Robert Lee, rest in peace.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now he was a friend of yours, I take it.
Yes.
Is there anything that you didn't agree with what he said in that book that you remember?
Well, just about everything he said, he was kind of he was accurate on just about everything he said, you know.
Oh, okay.
So what a lot of people don't know is before the Brims formed, even the Crips, you know what I'm saying, we supposed to follow the same footsteps, the Black Panthers and everybody else. You feel me? But somewhere along the line, you know what I'm saying, you know, things went haywire and it twisted and it focused on us. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't about our people no longer. You know what I'm saying? It became, we focused on territorial and hood, you know, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, we probably followed the same footsteps, you know what I'm saying, what they was doing. And that what Robert Lee was saying in the book. Out of revolution, this and that, and the police, you know what I'm saying, and talking about the white folks and all this stuff. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But it took a turn and it went elsewhere. And that's where we got to where we is today.
What what street or geographical location did General Lee live in?
He stayed right there on 50. He stayed on 52nd off between Vermont and Hoover.
Okay, okay. Hey, Cute,
Yeah,
you are in agreement that the Brim started before the Crips. True or false?
true. 100%, 100% true.
Okay. And did you know Crazy Dog from the street?
Oh, yeah, I know Crazy Dog from the gangbanging theater.
What's the gangbanging theater? Inglewood?
No, it's the set when we shooting at each other,
Oh,
fighting each other, and having conflict with each other.
okay. One thing I did notice, Cutes. I mean, you know a lot of Brims. We know you know a lot of Brims, but you knew Crazy Dog right off when I called you.
Oh, yeah, because Crazy Dog and I, when through the long table, Crazy Dog and I made friends. Prior to that, we were just rivals, just straight out rivals. In the joint, Crazy Dog and I were friends.
Mhm.
I consider him a Conrad.
Okay.
Hey, Q.
Yeah.
Hey, remember the last time I seen you, remember that party on 66 between Kansas and Butler? when all y'all was there at the party, and I walked in the Mink Cool Breeze at J Dub and some females, and I left and I came back to the house by myself. And I had the gun in my hand. All y'all was sitting on the cars and stuff in the driveway.
I remember that. I remember that incident. There was another incident with Weaver, and we were on 67, and we started fighting in the backyard. We were in Charles Ray's backyard, and then Weaver and them left. I guess they parked around the corner or on Western, because I guess they knew they were going to get in a fight with us, but they didn't know it was going to be that many of us. And so they ran out of there. Boy, they lit us up. When they came back around, they just 2 carloads, bah, 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 bah. And it was a delay. Like the first car came, and then we thought it was over. Then the second car came, and that's when people started getting hit. That's when we took our gang banging up to another level. You know, after that shit started going haywire.
Yeah. But see, like I was telling Kev, you know what I'm saying, yesterday when I talked to him, you know what I'm saying, you went on. I was saying, you know, when you're young, you know what I'm saying, we do a lot of things, man, you know, and we're working on impulse, you feel me? And we loyal to what we represent, but when you get older and you look back on it, you like, really? You know what I'm saying? Because we only had 2 options, you feel me? We all knew, you know what I'm saying, it was death or prison. And we signed up for that shit. You know what I mean? You know, and I mean, if that's our only options, you feel me? You know, but we signed up for that shit. And just fortunately enough, you know what I'm saying, here we are, we sitting there and talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? And we the opposite, you feel me? But the same token, the respect and love that we have for one another, you know, hey, it's a beautiful thing, man, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, we all go on, you know what I'm saying, colors, and you know what I'm saying, geographic, you know what I'm saying, location, you know what I'm saying, and that's what we beef on. But when you run into an individual face to face, he the same person as you is, you know what I'm saying, you know the same people, and nothing but love, you feel me?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I be trying to stress that, okay, we made it through. We made it through the difficult times of our adolescence and our delinquency. A lot of youngsters these days, they're not making it through. Some of us didn't make it through, you know, and so I like to come on. I'm mature, you know, so I like to come on and tell the truth. I don't like to be instigating shit because it's the youngsters out there gang banging now. It's their turn, you know. And I just be stressing that they should take some off of it, and I promote head up fighting now. You know, I mean, all that shooting, that you know, that somebody's gonna really get seriously hurt, and somebody's gonna do some real time. How long were you in there, homie?
I was in there for 41 years.
Yeah, anybody can't do that on the main line. Them dudes would been in. Mother, I've seen dudes cut their wrists in the guidance center.
Right. You know, and guys even ask me, big homie, how was you able to do that? Goddamn, they gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not one of those cut from the cloth, you know what I'm saying, that I'm gonna commit suicide, cause myself harm. I'm a survivor. You feel me?
Exactly.
You know, I come from the trenches. You feel me? You know, and that's the cloth I'm cut from. You feel me? So if I would die in prison, so let it be. You feel me? But the same token, as far as taking my own life, you know what I'm saying, or being stressed out. You know, the reality of it is, what people don't understand is, and what I tell youngsters today, man, look here. The reality is, you got to keep it real with yourself. Whatever you do in life, you know what I'm saying, there's consequences. And however you do it, you push, you know what I'm saying, if you continue to push the same line, it's going to catch up with you, especially when you're doing wrong. And so the bottom line to it is, if you're not cut like that, you know what I'm saying, do no time or facing death, because there's only 2 choices. death or penitentiary. And Lord knows, you know what I'm saying, down in every sentence, you know what I'm saying, have carry a life sentence. You feel me? If you can't handle it, bag up. You know what I'm saying? Leave that shit alone. Me, myself, you know how I dealt with it? For everything they accused me of, I knew I was guilty of. I didn't sit back and say, I didn't do this here and I didn't do that, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I fought the system, trying to say I didn't do this here, but deep down inside, I told myself, everything they got me on, they got me. Now, if I could beat them, I'm going to beat them. But if they got me, I'm not going to cry with spoiled milk. For everything they accused me of, that was me. You know what I'm saying? And I signed up for that. And look here, that's why I was peaceful. I did my time, you know what I'm saying? No stress, no nothing to blame, nobody else but myself. You feel me? And that's how I done mine, and that's how I was able to survive and stand strong. Now just keep it in 100.
Hey, Jonathan, what was your original sentence in court?
Life without.
It wasn't no number in front of it?
Life without.
Gotcha.
I was going to die in prison. Only reason why I'm out here talking to y'all now, Jerry Brown, before he left office, he commuted my sentence. At that time, I had been down 40 years. He commuted my sentence to 40 to life. That automatically sent me to the board. But at that time, I'm already, you know what I'm saying, programming and everything else, you know what I'm saying, going to classes, groups and stuff. I already know how to present myself when I go to the board. You feel me? So but once the governor commutes you, it's automatic, you know what I'm saying, it's set up for you to go home, but you got to go in there and represent yourself now. Now, if I go in there and say some faulty shit, then I just kick myself in the ass, you feel me? But I had already been taking classes for this year, you know what I'm saying, even though I didn't even have action, you feel me? I'm just doing this here so I continue the program on the main line, you know what I'm saying, in the positive setting. You know, instead of being locked up, you know what I'm saying, you know, and somewhere bullshit, you know. So
what letter did you have in CDC? C number, D number?
I had a C number. C13581.
Can you explain to my audience what it was like for Brim to go into CDC system at that time on the main line?
Well, for myself, not just a Brim, but for myself, I was so turned up as a youngster. You know, and this is something the homie that said, when you go to pain, you know, this is what you accept, this is what you don't accept, this and that. And my reputation going into in the system, and it's crazy because you know you dealing with all walks of life. You feel me? When you go up in there, it's an unknown. You feel me? But when I went up in there, yes, I'm saying my confidence and everything, I was like King Kong. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. I was like King Kong. That was my attitude, my confidence. You feel me? Because I got this reputation and my pride, you know what I'm saying, what allowed me to lay down, you know, and I just felt like, you know, I could take on whoever. But even though that wasn't the reality of it, so when you go to prison, you know what I'm saying, it's a whole new ball game. You feel me? They got structure, you know what I'm saying, you ain't never seen before. You feel me? You know, and when you go up in there, people know you. You know what I'm saying? They recognize who you are, you know what I'm saying, as an individual. So you keep your head up. You feel me? But once I got up in there, I hit San Quentin. I used to do bozo ass shit. You know, this older dude told me, he said, youngster, you keep on with that shit, they're gonna kill you up in there. You know. And I don't understand the magnitude of it, you know what I'm saying? I sit down and he broke it down to me, you feel me? He said, yeah, you tough, you this and that, you know, and I see the fight in you. He said, but that fight you standing alone, man. He said they got something bigger than that up in there. It's in 9, 10 dudes at you, man. You can't win. You know. So I had to humble myself and adjust to this new, that's what I'm saying, setting that I was in. You feel me? I kept my mindset, you know what I'm saying? But the same token, I understand the odds is against you and there are structures. Regardless what type of man you think you is, you know what I'm saying? You know the old saying they said you're gonna mind somebody? That's that structure, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's rules to follow. You don't take nothing away from your manhood, but you gotta follow the guidelines though. You feel me? And that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that separates the two. You feel me? And that's why, you know, my 41 years in prison, I can honestly say, ain't nobody ever plotted on me, talking about doing nothing to me. I knew the script. I followed the script. Even the homies come up in there. If you foul, I'll tell them, man, look here. Ain't nobody bigger than the B. Ain't nobody bigger than the structure. If you don't walk, if you don't walk the right line, you know what I'm saying, and you foul, you're gonna get touched. You know what I'm saying? And that just keeps them 100.
Right. Hey, let's get into a little bit of Brim history on the streets. What generation are you?
I come up, let me see, when I officially started brimming, I was about 15. Now, mind you, me and Terry Godot, we grew up together. Terry Godot, matter of fact, is a year younger than me. But he stayed on Gage and Hoover. I stayed on Gage, coming from Hoover, right across the bend from that little park right there on the corner. Gage Park. And Terry and the move, they moved on 64 between Raymond and Butler. But at that time, yes, we got kind of lost contact. I thought he had moved, you know, kind of far and stuff, you know. And with Doty, Lucius, Elgin, Cooney, all the big homies, when they do anything, that's when they had the Temple show right there on Vermont, you know what I'm saying? You know, when they had Newberries and Sloss and all this stuff over there, you know, they was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, I ran to Terry, and he was already brimming. But he told me, you know what I'm saying, they had got into a fight, and he was helping the homies out and this and that. You know, he was fishy, but at that time, I wasn't, you know, about me and Terry being so close and stuff. He told me where he stayed at, and we started hanging out on the phone. So we growing up, you know what I'm saying? So he already part of this here, so, and mind you, he's a year younger than me. But he already, you know what I'm saying, connected. So I felt the best thing for me to do be connected as well. So, you know, we hooked up, you know what I'm saying, we started brimming, and we was brimming ever since, you know, and that's why, you know, in all Terry cars, yes, I just roll with him. I've been the passenger seat, and everybody used to ask, "What's that black dude in the passenger seat?" So everybody knew Terry, but they didn't really know who I was. You know what I'm saying? But I was a major figure, though. You feel me? Who was that black dude always in the passenger seat? And find a word that's crazy, though. You feel me? You know. But me and Terry, yes, and we grew up, man. We was tight, man, and going back to what you were saying, I think officially, I think it might have been shit. Maybe I was in John Muir at the time. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to graduate from John Muir. and go to Fremont. You know what I'm saying? When I officially, you know what I'm saying, hooked up, Blair.
And so who started 6'4" Brims?
Well, let me say this here. Terry stayed on 64. That's what we all hung out at. So we all started calling ourselves 64th Street Block Brims.
Block Brims. Okay.
Now, it wasn't no individual really started the foe. It's just that's where we all hung out at, because that's where Terry stayed at. It was the homie that stayed across the street from Gary Bowers. Yes, and we called him number one. Yes, I'm saying he stayed right across. That's where we hung out at his house. You know, he was younger than us. He was a young Brim, and then up the street, you had Slick Rick and his family stayed there. Yes, I'm saying, you had some major figures on 64. And we all just hung out, man. It was cool, man. And when shit happened, it was so popping over there. Then we had all the girls over there, So that's when the Angels, Sugar Bear, Pockets, and everybody else, they started coming over, hanging out on the phone. You know what I mean? Because we had the Honeys too, and they was Archie, they was Archie Brims, So they started come hanging out over there, and we was just chill and shit, So that's how the fold developed. But it really was nobody like just laid down the ground rule, the blueprint, and saying we're gonna start calling ourselves the fold. The fold just became and what it was.
Gotcha. What was Bloodstone area at? The border.
Bloodstone Brims was from Gage to on Bonzella off of Hoover to I'm gonna say 70 or 71st. That was Ralph Kelly now. They named themselves Bloodstone Brims. And matter of fact, when I say 70 or 71st, because Kevin Wood stayed down on Bonzella. I'm gonna say 70. But Kevin Woods from Hoover, he stayed right there on the corner of Bonzella and 70. And that's how far, it went down there, you feel me? But that was Ralph Kelly now, in that area over there.
And that's good history. Had you ever run across dude from Hoover you just mentioned? After
Kevin Woods?
Yeah, Calvin Woods after you went to prison?
After I went to prison, no, I haven't ran into him since I've been out. But I just ran into him because when I was going to Fremont, when I was younger, I used to see Kevin Woods all the time. Him, Hoover Joe, quite a few of them, and matter of fact, even Raymond Washington, he used to hang out at Fremont. But what a lot of people don't know about me and Raymond Washington is, see, one gangster respect another gangster. And regardless, what the situation is, even though you're rivalries, it's just something about a situation. But what a lot of people didn't know about me and Raymond Washington, every Wednesday, me and Raymond Washington used to meet right there on 65th in Vermont. He had the white 61 Chevy, lowrider, with the crates on it. And we used to kick it at least 35, 45 minutes, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about different shit, how, we should come together, man, all this, this and that. So we should just kick it. A lot of people don't know that. You feel me? But that was our little secret. You feel me? How we connected, I honestly, I can't tell you. But he used to hang out at the hamburger stand across from Fremont. You know, something I come out. He always showed me nothing but respect. You feel me? And then we eventually, we started talking. He said, man, let's meet up and talk. You feel me? At first I thought it was set up, And The first time he came, yes, I'm the type of dude, you know what I'm saying? You know, even though I'm in that life, I always said the man up above, you know what I'm saying? If it's time for me to go, it's gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying? If it's not, you know what I'm saying, he got my best interest. So I rose with it, you know what I'm saying? But if I can see the light, I'm not even putting myself in that situation, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, me and him used to kick it, you know what I'm saying, on a regular, you know, and shit. We had decent conversation.
How about Tookie? You and Tookie?
I never personally, you know what I'm saying, had a one-on-one with Tookie. Matter of fact, I never, you know, but with Tookie, I had a shotgun shell with his name on it. You know what I'm saying? I had broke it down, you know, cutting nails and all kind of stuff on it, you know what I'm saying? And I always said if I had the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, I would let him have it, you know. But I never had that opportunity, you know, because Tookie, he's that guy, you know. And you're not going to never catch him by himself alone, you feel me? So that was out the window, you know, that wasn't happening. You know, Tookie was who he was, you know what I'm saying? Then later on, you know, I respect him as who he was, you feel me? Because, you know, if guys is your rivalry, you know, this and that, you know, when you see they push, one respect the real, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I had that respect level for him. I give him that.
So let me ask you, because I don't want to too much dwell on this because I don't know how long you're gonna be on. But what other guys' names run around that era when you talk about Tookie? Like what other Crips names was on your radar?
I mean, shit, man. Oh, man. The majority of dudes I deal with, man, yes, I deal with the reputable dudes. You know, I know the Cutes, I know the Tookie, Raymond Washington, I know Bam, I know Sugar Bear from Hoover, I know Bulldog, I know Green Eyes, I know Smiley, Babyface from Neighborhood, Baby Huey, you know what I'm saying? Big Mike from Neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, Pot, you know what I'm saying?
Raymond
You
Potts.
know, Raymond Pot, you know what I'm saying? There was a small crew in the area, but they used to give us the blues, though. I give it to the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? They stood strong, and they shot big guns. You know what I'm saying? You know, Raymond Potts and them, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, man, you know, I don't know with the best of them. You
Right.
feel me? You
Right.
know,
Did you have much activity? What is that? South of Florence, like in the 80s and the hundreds and the 90s?
80s. Only ones in the 80s was the A Trade Hoovers.
Okay.
In the 90s, not too much in the 90s. But the
How
A
about
Trade Hoovers, because you know, we was the Browns kind of branched out in different areas.
mhm.
That's just like the homie Cool Breeze, he stayed right there on 106 off of Vermont and Budlong. Now that's 2 blocks from where Tricky and them used to work out on 104. Him, Jamel, and all them. You know what I'm saying? At the gym right there, you know what I'm saying? Lifting weights and shit. You know. And matter of fact, at one time, Tricky also stayed on 106. I think him and his girl, what her name? Brenda or Beverly?
Bonnie
Bonnie.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. You feel me?
Mhm.
You know, and shit. We used to hang out over there, you feel me?
Okay.
You know.
I'm gonna just hit you with 3 names and I'm gonna leave that alone. How about any run-ins with Donald Archie, Melvin Hardy, or OD from Block?
What the first name you say?
Donald Archie out the 80s.
No.
Sweetback.
Sweetback.
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Melvin
That's it.
Hardy from 11 Trey Block.
No,
OD from Block.
no.
Okay, all right. So you guys basically stayed on the west side in your area and a little east to the Hoovers, to maybe the 110 freeway?
Right, we stayed in that area, but when we branched out, we went somewhere. If it's an event or something, we going somewhere. If ever, yes, I'm saying, we ran into a Crip, yes, I'm saying, that was claiming Crip, yes, I'm saying, we get with them. Yes, I'm saying, but mainly, it was just in our area.
Okay. Was you
feel me?
familiar with the Century Brims and Broadway Brims?
Yes, the Alexanders and the Broadway Browns, was Mad Dog now, Southern Mad Dog. You know, that Mad Dog, that twin.
Okay, that's in the 50s.
That's in the 50s.
Along what major street?
Right there on Broadway, yes, I'm saying, about like 50.
52nd, maybe?
Hold on. I'm trying to be accurate.
Okay.
I'm gonna say about 50, 53rd, 50, not 54, maybe about 52nd, you know what I'm saying, 53rd, somewhere around there.
Okay, all right.
Was Tookie said that Mad Dog, in Tookie's opinion, when he was a youngster, he thought Mad Dog was the leader of the Brims in that area right there that you just named.
Okay.
No, look. Mad Dog was a Brim, but Mad Dog also had an affiliation with the Crips. Because the incident happened one night, the homies went Crip hunting and went back there on Florence and Broadway. Matter of fact, I think what that is, Jack in the Box. They seen Chili now. And they got to fighting with Chili them, East Side Crips. Mad Dog firing on the homies when they fighting. So it was a big thing about that. So when they made it back to the neighborhood, right there on Gage in Vermont, the homies mauled Mad Dog and had him stretched out in the middle of Vermont, right there on Gage in Vermont. Because he was helping the Crips. And that's when the word came about, you know what I'm saying, that he was Brim and Crip. Yes,
I heard the same thing.
He was Brim and Crip. You know, as a matter of fact, that night, some homies got arrested and went to jail from beating them down and leaving them in the middle of the street like that. You know, so that's why when I hear people speak on Mad Dog, I don't know why, yes, and nobody never mentioned say, well, he was affiliated with the Crips or he was this and that. Maybe y'all was in the blind too, yes, I'm saying, what was happening. But that was the word. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on it because I know he would always mention Mad Dog all the time.
Right.
And I had the privilege of meeting Mad Dog at a party one night on 67 in Dinker, because there was a lot of Brims on 67 in Dinker. You know, Too Tall lived over there. He died in the Vietnam War. And a Big Mike and them would come over there from Gage, and we would all be in the living room because Too Tall was giving us his going away party because he was going to NAM. And you know how they let you come home after the 90-day boot camp?
Right.
And then you go to war. And so he was telling us that he might not make it back. And we're in there hating each other, not really paying no attention what he's saying. And I'm like in the 7th or the 8th grade. And then his sister don't come to school. So I say, damn, she ain't been to school in a while. I'm going to go over there and see if she okay. And I went over there and she was crying and she told me her brother got killed in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, we should have listened to Too Tall when he was talking to us on the speaker and shit.
Uh-huh.
But you was too busy full of our own hell and shit.
Right.
You know, he had brought us all together in the house. He said, no, everybody that's here is coming in the house. And we just went in there and sat down, and bro got the component set in the microphone, and he sat on the bean bag, and he just got the rapping to everybody in there.
Right.
You know, I'm like, damn, man. And I knew him, you know, because he moved over there before there was even Crips in the neighborhood.
Right.
We were just dinkers.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I felt sad when he died, you know. When he died in Vietnam. I was telling people we lost a lot of good brothers in that Vietnam War, and that kind of set us to our own demise because those brothers was like the teenagers of the area, and they had direction.
Uh-huh.
They were more with the Black Power stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? That's a Vietnam War, but you know at the same time this gangbanging stuff too, this gangbanging shit.
Yeah.
You don't lost some good brothers in this gangbanging shit, man.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? You know, cause you know, as I grow older, you know what I'm saying, got wiser, you know, and got wisdom up under my belt. You know, I don't met a lot of Crip dudes, man, you know what I'm saying? And once I was able to interact with them, you feel me, and convo with them, you know, it's just like me, man. A good dudes at heart, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, we got caught up in the territorial thing. You know what I'm saying? The colors, you know, and this and that, you know, and when you talk to a dude, especially a guy, yes, I'm saying, you know, majority of our wars with guys in the immediate area. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's surrounding, you know, but we all know some of the same people. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, and so when you had the opportunity to sit down, you know, and talk to a cat, you know what I'm saying, you know, and holler at him, man, you know, you find, man, this a cool dude, but he's just on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know, and just like I know Perry Manuel, I grew up with Perry Manuel. You know, matter of fact, since I've been out, I don't holler at Mompy. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, them good cats, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, but we just on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
You feel
I
me?
didn't realize how cool Terry Cadeau was. I didn't realize how cool Big Country was.
Right.
And then next thing I know, I'm meeting these brothers, talking to them, you know, and with some civility, and I'm liking them. I'm feeling them. I'm like, damn, man. And you know, it was like they there one moment and then they gone, man.
Right.
But you're right, man. We got more in common than we have that's opposite. You know, you said something, and it's the hate that we had for each other. It's like we putting names on bullets, we writing on the wall, we crossing shit out. We really gonna put a hurting on each other. We really, in our mind, we already done killed each other like 5 times.
Right.
You know, and where did all of that shit come from? I think that comes from our environment and that lead painting shit that was in our houses.
I don't know where it comes from, man. You know what I'm saying? But the devil's a lie, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing is, man, you know, because when you get to the penitentiary, man, look here. Them same people you trying to kill, them same people you rely on, you know what I'm saying? To help you survive behind them walls.
That's right.
You know, that's the difference. Now,
that's real talk.
If you never done no time before, you can't even fathom, you know what I'm saying, to even entertain the thought, you know what I'm saying, the different change one go through from the streets to the penitentiary, man. And that put everything in perspective. You feel me? You know. You forget all about that banging shit.
Yeah.
It's about survival. It's about your black people, you know what I'm saying, as you push forward, You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I said we all survivors.
Yeah.
You know.
That's real, man. I'm glad that you on here because, you know, when you talked about the Temple show and you talked about the Newberries and the Sears, you know, that was the Brim quarter right there on Vermont between 54th and Gage.
Yeah.
I mean, that was rich Brim history right up in there.
Right.
You know, I mean, that was the shit. You know, you go to the movies there next to the little shoe store and you just have fun. And then John Muir sits right snugged up in there.
Right.
I mean, man, and let's not forget about the little Jack in the Box that everybody would be in front of.
Well, what about Taco Top?
Yep.
Right across the street from John Muir.
Yeah. And that little ice cream place across the street from John Muir.
Right.
Yeah, man. You know, that little area right there got a lot of good history, man.
Right.
It got a lot of good history. But you had to be down to come through there. Because you could get a proper beat down over there.
You know, man, and that's another thing, you know, I was like, I'll tell Kev Mac, yes, I'm saying thing is, it's just like a pretty boy from neighborhood. I was in the pen with him. Now, I guess he might have got the years twisted. You know what I'm saying? But I was telling him when I was coming up. I said, now when I was coming up, I said, you got almost stay from Florence going all the way down, you know what I'm saying, to the 20s. We hit all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going up Vermont, going up Normandy, part of Western, you know what I'm saying, some part of Hoover.
Yeah.
Going all the way down there, but Pretty Boy will tell me, now we here from Gage to Slauson. I said, man, you crazy as a mother, you know, and we got into a kind of a disagreement, right? So I said, maybe you talking about, you know, because Pretty Boy is not old as me, you know. I said, maybe you talking about, you know what I'm saying, you know, maybe when you was coming up.
Exactly.
That's what was happening. I'm telling you about when I was coming up. You feel me? You know, and then we had Chucky Booty from Kitchen Crip.
Oh, yeah.
And Chucky Booty said, no, Pretty Boy, you're wrong. So the motherfucking Browns, like he tell you, they had that shit all the way down there. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Hey, Doc, what pretty boy are you referring to? Eastside Pretty Boy or Rolling 60 Pretty Boy?
No, Rolling 60.
Oh, okay. Because Pretty Boy, he usually knows some good history too about the geographics and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but like Jonathan said, he's younger than him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And plus,
I remember I had to tell Monster.
That's what he was speaking on.
Plus, Pretty Boy came from the east side, so Jonathan would know more of the landscape of the area than Pretty Boy would.
Right.
Yeah. And Jonathan's right, because you know, I was letting Monster know that it was Brims on his street, and on Tookie Street, you know, and on my street.
Right.
You know, before we were Crips, there was Brims over there.
Right.
You know, and that was just the territories. You know, and the territory was big. The territory, there was a lot of members. It was a popular gang.
That's what I'm trying to establish. I wanted to know if he hung with the Century Brims. He answered the Broadway Brims.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Century Brims, you know what I'm saying? I didn't hang with them. I was aware of them. I knew about them. I heard of them, but I never really functioned with them. But now I can say Terry Godot did. Yes, that's one thing Terry Godot was good about. Any blood set come out, anything, he made his presence known. He go over there and introduce himself. You know what I'm saying? And let it be known if it needed assistance, this and that, you know, we all won, you know what I'm saying? Well, he was good about that. You feel me? Matter of fact, Terry Godot was the one, you know what I'm saying, Well, I ain't gonna say he started Liso Village, but majority of dudes that was going to Roosevelt High, they stayed in Liso Village. But that when Terry was going to Roosevelt High, and he started the Roosevelt High Brims, and they just took it to Liso, and that's where Rainbow started running there. So Terry always, Terry was always good at that.
So who do you give credit? Who do you give credit to starting the Liso Village Brims?
You mentioned Rainbow.
Yeah, I heard him say Rainbow.
I'm gonna give it to Rainbow.
Okay.
The Rainbow was running Liso Village. Brims.
Yeah.
No, but it started from Roosevelt High, where Terry was going there. And we used to go up there. That's when they had the brown Monte Carlo. You know what I'm saying? And we used to go up there. But I had to get that to Rainbow.
All right. That's cool history right there.
What can you tell me about the Orchard Brims?
The Orchard Brims, I'm familiar with them. I know all about them. They existed. They were somebody to reckon with, you know what I'm saying? But to tell you the truth, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, like, even again, Terry went over there, functioned with them cats, but right now, I can't name, which I have been over there. I will tell you right now, I cannot name one guy over there, but they was functionable though. You know what I'm saying? They're between Vernon, you know what I'm saying, right off of Vernon, you know what I'm saying, and going back down, you know what I'm saying, the other way, going south, but they were kind of active though.
Who do you give credit to 5'9" Brims?
I'll give it to a Big Country and OG Pee Wee.
Okay. I that's who we thought ran it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
did you know Lil Country?
Yes, I did. Well, matter of fact, Terry was going over this honey house, but one of his honey house, stayed on 51st in Vermont. Jack in the Box, the Cutes we were just talking about. You know, so all of them was hanging out at Jack in the Box when we passed them when we were going over the honey house that night. And we went over there, yes, I mean, we stayed there about almost 3 hours. When we come back, people at the Jack in the Box and they going crazy, they drinking and my little country don't got killed, you know what I'm saying? And that same night, I'm like, what? And oh man, shit was crazy, man. The country, his name, somebody got killed. That's unheard of, you know what I'm saying? At that time, it's like a major figure like that, I mean, then you just seen him, you know what I'm saying, hours ago, and here he did. You feel me? It's like you puzzle, like, man, these motherfuckers tripping. It's a joke, but it was accurate though, and it was a big thing, you know what I'm saying, after that, while they were drinking shit, they pumping themselves up, to go ride, do whatever they gonna do. But we at that time, me and Terry, we much younger than them, So shit, we went on to the house and some lady marinate on us, and thought about the next day to come out. Everything spread it, and it kind of find out it was true. So it was like, hey, that's a bad day,
Yeah. Yes. Sad.
Shoot, I forgot. I asked about Orchard. What about the Dalton Brims?
Who?
The Dalton Brims. You aware of them?
Well, the Dalton Brims, they come out later on. You know what I'm saying? About 5 days, I was incarcerated when they come out.
Okay.
Yes.
So that what late
I heard about them, but as far as in the history or anything on them, I can tell you.
Okay. How about this? Do you know if Rainbow turned East Coast Crip or not? What happened?
Rainbow?
Yeah, in the Liso Village.
No.
What happened to Rainbow?
Only thing I knew about Rainbow, at the time he lost to his death. A Rainbow had a like a brown 6.5 Mustang on Craigers. It was nice. And I got me a burgundy one, the same year and everything, you know. But mine was soft though. And when I did get busted, I heard Rainbow was still between Liso Village and the Fruit Towns. You know what I'm saying? And said he had got a flat. And said that some Crips pulled up on him and they told him they finally called and they killed him. He was changing a flat tire. You feel me?
Damn.
You know, but I never heard that he had turned east side, none of that.
Yeah, just wondering what had happened to him. Let me show you a couple obituaries and you tell me. Well, first, I want to show you this. And I want to ask you, is this the original Brim song? Let me see. I'm waiting on the picture to come up. I don't know why my computer decides to stop right now. Okay, here we go.
That's the original Brim sign.
Who's that?
You know who that is? Crips right there?
Cutes. Oh, I muted his mic. My bad.
Oh, did you?
Sugar Bear over there with the white shirt on and the brother in the middle look like Red.
That's who that is. Dirty Red. That is Sugar Bear.
Oh, yeah, they're my buddies. They're my gangbanging buddies right there.
You know who the other guy next to him?
That look like you.
No, that's Mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a trip how I remembered them from that damn long ago.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Yeah, that's something. That's crazy. I remember the kind of car he had. He had a 53 Chevy.
Yeah.
Bel Air. Crazy shit, man.
Hey, Crazy Dog remembers your brother's cars and your cars better than you do, Cutes.
Man, because Crazy Dog got a good memory and he was out there trying to kill a motherfucker. Man, we were full of all that hate, man. That's just crazy, man.
Crazy.
The next thing I know, me, Crazy Dog, we in the same area, Buffett Iron together, spotting each other in their heavyweight.
Right.
All that hate for nothing.
Man, a lot of people lost their lives behind that hate.
Yeah, we were confused and we don't know where it all came from. It came from watching Martin Luther King getting shot down the street with water hoses. No jobs. We lived in a oppressed society right there. It was the conditions that brought this shit about.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then they built the penitentiary up with us in the graveyard.
Robert Lee went to John Muir.
Robert Lee was older than me. I don't know if he went to John Muir or not. When I met Robert Lee, he was still, like I say, on 52nd. Matter of fact, he stayed across the street from Angel.
Oh,
matter of fact, Robert Lee was married to Angel's sister.
Oh, so he stayed on 65th.
No, 52nd.
52nd? I thought Angel, kind of chubby Angel. I didn't talk about.
Angel, the one black and Mexican.
Yeah, he's light skinned. I know him. He had a big fro. I know Angel good.
Him and Sugar Bear was tight. They used to be together all the time.
Yes, him and Sugar Bear was Ace Coon Boons.
Right.
Yeah, they would share each other's cars sometime.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question from the comment section for you, Jonathan. It says, what was your thoughts in prison hearing about Brim territory turning into 4 Trey, 5 Deuce, and 5 9 Hoover Crips, Menlos, and then the 6'7s and Dark Side 40s.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. That I ran to some of the young homeless in the prison, and I got all they shit about that, and I was pissed off.
Mm.
You know, all the work, you know what I'm saying, we put in controlling the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, make sure it stay brown, you feel me? And you look at today, you got the small section. And I asked some of the homeless, I said, man, how did you get, you know, everything we don't fought, died for, you know what I'm saying, you know, how to get this small section, you feel me? So the bottom line is they stop patrolling the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Allow people to move in, you know, set up shop. And anytime you do that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be disastrous because it's gonna be against you. So they're gonna set everything up against you, you feel what I'm saying, you know. And that's how they lost all that territory. When we was coming up, we used to patrol daily and nightly. You know what I'm saying? We used to get on the buses. You know what I'm saying? All that. You feel me? You know. So it wasn't so much, you know what I'm saying, that we just felt, you know, that we just take on the whole city, but we let our presence be known so people think twice. Well, we ain't gonna move over here because they tripping. You know, this and that, you know what I'm saying? We just put it out there that we patrolling. You feel me?
Did you guys used to go downtown LA and fight Crips at the movie theaters?
Yes, because matter of fact, we had our own theater downtown, the State.
State theater, yeah.
That's where we hung out at. We don't got many fights up in there, you know. I mean, Christians be down there too, you know what I'm saying, you know. They stadium and stuff, you know, but we claim the State.
Cutes, what theater did the Crips go to downtown?
We had the World. The Brims had the State, and we had the World, and we would walk over there on Broadway and fight them. And when you go in there, it looked like Dracula's house. They had them long curtains in there. It looked like you were in an old mansion. Like that's how the inside, the decor of the shows, that's how they look downtown. The fact is, they were real cool, but they were old in our day. Like it's like walking back in time when you would be inside of there. You know.
Hey, what was your relationship in the 70s with the Inglewood family?
We had good relationship. Some of them, not many of them, but a few of them. Matter of fact, like when you mentioned, I was trying to think his name. I can't think of the name, but there's a few of them that repos that used to come from Inglewood. They used to come to Harbor Park, you know, kicking, something. Manny Terry used to invite them up there. He was kicking and stuff, you know. Some of the cats, you know, that Terry invited, I really, didn't know their names, you know, but mainly the cats that mainly the cats that I did know, it was reputable cats, you know. And that's like from both sides, you know what I'm saying, as far as Bloods and Crips, you know what I'm saying. I just know the reputables. You know, other cats, you know what I'm saying, I feel, it was no need, you know, but the reputables, you know what I'm saying, they're the ones I felt I need to know.
Sister Brenda wants to know if you're in touch with Tomahawk.
Well, Brenda Lewis,
Country.
I'm not in contact with Tomahawk, but I be seeing him on Facebook. You know he over there in China.
Damn. I think Brenda had mentioned that.
Yeah, he over there dancing and stuff, you know, because he used to dance on Soul Train.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, yes, I'm saying, still doing this thing, yes, and popular and all that stuff, you know.
Damn.
Every now and then he'll come over there, he'll throw up the Brown sign, you know, and and sit a shout out, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not in contact with him, but we just, you know, interact with one another.
Okay. Let me see something. How about the Pyrus and the Bounty Hunters? What was your relationship with them? And when did you become familiar with Pyro and Bounty Hunter?
Well, let's say Bounty Hunters, we always had a good relationship. So anytime we was on the east side, you know what I'm saying, and in case we got into a situation, when I'm riding with somebody, I always tell man, make it to the Nixon. We made it to the Nixon, we cool. You feel me? You know, that was our pinpoint. You feel me? You know, for the Pyrus, on the Pyrus I do back then with the West Side Pyrus and the Loose Part Pyrus. Them only one, and mainly the Loose Part. Because you know, Puddin', I just mess with Puddin' all the time, and I thought Puddin' was Loose Part. But come to find out, Puddin' was West Side. But he hung out Ludus all the time, though. You feel me?
You know that probably has something to do with Cynthia Nunn, right?
Well, later on, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, because he hung out so much, I just assumed
right.
He was Ludus, but he was West Side.
Right.
You feel me? Now I'm gonna mention something else that's up in the air. They saying talking about the Fruittown Brims, where they got their name from.
I was just about to ask you that. Go on, come on with it, baby. Come on with it.
Yes, what I'm saying. Now, mind you, everything on the West Side was LA Brim. When people start branching off, and mind you, I'm gonna put it this way. Cutes.
Yeah.
Remember when Salty and Jimmy Celestine got killed when they had the Peace Treaty going on at the Long Table on Broadway?
Yeah.
And remember when all that when Salty and them they got killed, you know what I'm saying? And the Browns came up there. What year was that?
1976.
Yeah, 76.
Exactly. Exactly. Look here. Do you remember when the chaos jumped off when we was leaving? And when Terry had the LTD, the white LTD on the spokes,
yeah,
and the altercation, Terry like, I ain't going nowhere, and the scramble started. And,
yeah,
and the only thing broke it up, guys hit the corner, and they hollered apple pieces and plums, and they started busting, and everybody started spreading.
Yeah.
That was the Fruittown Brim, 76. Fruittown Pyru wasn't even out then.
Yeah, because the Fruittown Brims, did they have a plaque?
The thing is, they had a block, you know what I'm saying, had a gang of fruit trees on it. That's why they started calling themselves Fruittown.
Oh, yeah, we heard about that history of that street.
You feel me? So a lot of people trying to say it stemmed from, you know what I'm saying, Compton, this and that. Fruittown Pyru wasn't even out there. That's why I said when I said, I already knew the year. I want y'all to say the year, and y'all said it, 76.
Yeah, we just get it. I just like for the Bloods to come on, the Crips to come on, and we get the history right, because people is going to hit on the history, and then other people are coming and set them straight. I've been set straight before.
Right.
I got set straight on Rolling 60 and In-Hood history, you know, and Dinker Crip history. So you got to be humble when you get set straight, because I'm like, because we want the truth. We looking for the truth. We want to be close as we can get to the truth.
That's why I used to tell dudes, I said, back in the day, I said the Rolling 60, they wasn't Rolling 60, they was neighborhood Crip. You see it right there with neighborhood. Yeah, I said the rolling came later on.
It's good. Hey, you know what's funny? It's good when other gangs, rival gangs, hear something first. It's like, because I always thought when I was a kid, I always thought that the leader of the Brims was either Mad Dog, Elgin, or Big Country.
No, it was Eddie Watt.
And somebody else said Eddie Watt, and he lived around the corner from me.
Eddie Watt started the Brims, you understand what I'm saying? You know, and
Yeah.
then you hear the extended dudes, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was in their circle, you understand what I'm saying? They went along with it, and that's how the shit started from there.
Right. And see, that's how we need to hear. We need to hear the real history of shit.
Well, see, Crazy Dog. When I did that little story on Davy Johnson, you know, I told the history that everybody say he was from Compton. And you notice I said we didn't find nothing about him in Compton. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nothing. No school, no address, no nothing. So, you know, I got to kind of give it both sides when I don't
Right.
know. And this is why it's important that I wanted you to come on so you can set the record straight. They're going to believe you because you're older and you're a Brim.
Right.
And I need that validation. And it's important for me to get the history right if I'm going to be giving history for Crips and Bloods.
Because personally, I used to kick with David Johnson on 37 years off normally. You feel me? Him, Nookie, you know what I'm saying? Kojak, you know, all them cats. You feel me? You know, I was kicking with him. You know, so I know him personally, and I know he was with the business. I think he had one of them OG 65. They call them what they call them Monza, Gold. You know what I'm saying? With the engine in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? And the trunk is in the front. You know.
Yeah, that was pretty clever.
Shoot, so I got a question real quick. I want to stay more focused on our guest because he's not a regular. And the Brim history is trending right now. A lot of people want to know more about the Brims because on the East Coast, they got the wrong history and wrong idea of what Brims are on the West Coast. But Cutes, you ever heard of Kenny Croom, Carl Croom, out Hoover Street Gym?
I heard of the croon. Yeah. I heard. Yeah, back in my day when I would be at the boxing gym on 78th and Hoover, I heard of the croon. Okay. I heard.
General Blood wants to know if you still kick it with the Fruits. They give the best Brim parties.
Somebody asked me that?
Yeah.
Whoever asked you that, they accurate. The Fruits give the best Brim parties. And matter of fact, since I've been out, yes, I've been to at least about 3 or 4 of them.
Damn.
That's cool. So what's up?
Did you see a lot of your friends when you first got out, or did you feel like some was missing because of so many deaths and people moving out of town?
No, I I've seen a lot of them. You know, I still have quite a few still alive, but a lot of them gone. But you know, and with that answer there, you know, it's like I'm glad to see them, you know, and the same total. But when you do that much time in prison, your mindset, you know, the mind state is different from when you was on the street in the hood. You feel me? Because your reality is now you living in a different world now. I mean, penitentiary world. So everybody, you know what I'm saying, on 41 years, I've been grinding with, you know what I'm saying, and I don't met, and I don't become accustomed to, you know, they kind of bigger than the homies, you know what I'm saying, you left behind when you was younger, you feel me? So you're in a different environment now. You know, half the homies, you know what I'm saying, on the street, you know, it's kind of like, especially they not in contact, because when I was down, you know, I was just in contact with a handful, you know. And the ones I was in contact with, it wasn't the ones in my generation. It's the ones in the younger generation. You feel me? So when I got out, The ones that were like, I'm gonna use the term cater to me, or looking out for me, showing me major love. It was a generation up under me. It wasn't a generation, my generation that I come up with. You feel me? So to answer your question, that's why I said the feelings is like, I mean, if you ran into them, you seen some, they still, it's good to see them, but that's the far they went, you know what I'm saying? The stand up, cause it's like, I don't, not say I don't have love for them, but in a sense you could say, I don't know, man. But y'all know, with me, puzzle like this here, y'all have an idea what my mind is set to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with this, and then I'm gonna show a couple of obituaries. What was your dealing with the Blackstones, and were the Blackstones Brims?
I never had no problem with Blackstone. Initially, the Blackstone Browns. Anybody that tell you, know the Brown history, down there, everything on the west side was Brown, except the Inglewood family. Everything on the west side was Brown. Later on, Blackstone went another direction, okay, I don't have no problem with that. It's just like everything else, you dissect it, you slice it, whatever the initial name was, it's something else now. You feel me? So I don't have no problem with that. But initially, it was Blackstone Brown.
Right.
And big country, if the dude come out of the jungle and they just call him Slim. I don't know his real name because a lot of dudes didn't go by their real name. But he'd be Slim. And him and Big Country used to hang out in the jungles and stuff, and that I guess that's what Elder was talking about. And because said, somebody wanted to hook up, this and that, and that's when they became some Brown.
Oh, good. Let me see if you could tell. What can you tell us? I mean, you sent me these, so it's a reason why you sent them.
No, I said them because I wanted to see was Q's memory still good.
Okay. Okay, Cutes. Do you remember Louis Lovely?
Yeah.
Okay.
What they call him?
They call Louis Lovely. Let me see that picture again.
Oh man, Cutes.
Damn.
You can't say yeah. You can't say yeah if you don't mean it, Cutes.
All right.
Here we go. All right.
Is that Kennedy?
No.
That's Cool Breeze.
Cool Breeze is my best friend.
What?
Yeah, that's Cool Breeze right there. Cool Breeze, he moved, believe it or not, he was living over there by Perry Manuel across the track over there where Mouse was working at that beer company over there.
Yes,
and I knew where he was.
Yes, he was.
And I said, ain't nothing gonna happen to you over here.
Yes,
that was I tell you, that was my best friend, man.
Cutes always talks about Cool Breeze.
Yeah, he used to have a Cutlass 442.
Then he had that photo orange 63 Chevy.
Yeah. That's a good brother right there. I didn't know he was R.I.P. He came and did some time with me in level 4.
Is that right?
Me, him, and Dirty Red. We opened up New Folsom.
Yeah.
Dirty Red, which one? Cutes from Inglewood?
Dirty Red for 5'9".
5'9" Brim.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. How about this one? Who is this?
That's the homegirl Diane. She's messed with she's a reputable, you know what I'm saying? She messed with quite a few reputable homies, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, In fact, her dude killed her. Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Here you go. What was this?
What's that, Cutes?
Make the picture bigger.
Okay. Let me try to make it bigger for you.
Oh, shit. Say his name.
Albert Luther Hayward III.
Albert Luther Hayward III. Damn, he look familiar.
That's Dodie.
That's who?
That's Dodie.
That's my buddy Dodie right there. Cool ass Dodie. Dodie, hey, we were in LP and it was nothing but Crips in our unit, and Dodie was the only Brim. And so Dodie came up to me and he said, "Hey, Cutes," he said, "I don't want to get jumped in here, but I want to kick somebody's ass." And I said, "Well, who do you want to fight head up?" He said, "I want to fight TD." And I said, "Okay, he's talking shit to you?" He says, "Yeah." And I just think he's talking shit because you guys outnumber everything in here. But if you give me a head up fight with him, I would appreciate it. I said, "All right, call him out. And if he eats cheese, then we're going to kick his ass." And then, but he didn't eat cheese. So they fought, and Dodie put dogs on him.
Yeah.
Dodie was a fighter?
Yeah, he was a fighter and a shooter.
And a shooter.
Yeah. Dodie was about the business. He was more like the Harvard Park. He liked to hang out at the Harvard Park like Lucius. So I met them before I was a Crip.
Man, Cutes. Brims used to give you a pass, Cutes?
It would go back. It would go both ways. It would be like sometimes you could be caught up and you could get stumped out, or sometime it would be the other way around. But sometime, yeah, I would get a pass sometime, and I would give passes. That's how it is. We so close.
The thing is, Bulldog came up to the point before, and I gave him a pass.
Yeah, and you could catch somebody slipping. You could, and you give them a pass.
Well, to what extent was your knowledge of Bulldog, Crazy Dog?
The first time I met Bulldog, we was in YA. And Bulldog found out where I was from. I found out where he was from. You know what I'm saying? We heard words, and he was talking about what he's going to do to me and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But, at the time, I didn't have no shank, but I had me, in YA, I had me 2 sharp pencils in my back pocket. I said, this fool Trip, I'm going to stab his ass with these pencils, But me and him, we never had a run in and stuff, But the next time I seen him was at the loan table.
Yeah.
And he was running the loan table. And me and Babyface, we got into an altercation, you know what I'm saying? We was arguing, over some females, The same female from their hood, you know what I'm saying, she come to our hood, functions and stuff. And so when the same females came to the loan table. I said, man, them the homegirls and Babyface and all. These my homegirls, I said, well, they both our homegirls. I said, cause they be over here, you know what I'm saying, so we get into an argument, So I pushed Babyface, and Bulldog, not knowing he behind me, Bulldog fires on me. Well, as soon as he fired on, he grabbed me around the neck and he brought me to the ground. He said, "Be cool, Crazy Dog, be cool, I looked up, seeing who it was, you don't fire me talking about be cool. Motherfucker kill you. You know what I'm saying? Kill you. That's crazy, be cool, Crazy Dog. I said, you gonna fire on me, you gonna tell me to be cool? I said, shit. So I calmed down and shit, Then he went to every school, then he let me up and shit,
Which girls was it? Kathy and them? Was it Kathy Lightfoot and them? Which Brimalettes was it?
Man, it was they brown skinned, man. I forgot the name. I got pictures of them and shit, you know.
Yeah,
But
because I'm trying to think. I'm thinking it was either ones at the 6-4 apartments on Western, or it was probably Kathy and them that stayed on 66 down the street from Holmes Bakery.
yeah,
Because they like the Crips too.
yeah.
And
So
we didn't. It was
you
crazy.
talking about Kathy Cofield?
Yeah, Kathy
And Punky
Cofield.
Cofield?
Yeah, and her pretty ass sister.
Yeah.
Hey, Cutes, you know what that story remind me of with Bulldog choking Crazy Dog?
What?
Remember you said somebody was choking you and you didn't know
Oh,
you
oh yeah, that was Big Bam. Big Bam put the forearms on me for me to stop choking somebody else. Because you know when you go crazy, you don't know when to stop choking somebody.
Exactly.
So he said, man, I'm not going to let Cutes go out like this. He said, let him go, Cutes, let him go. And man, by the time I let the guy go, he was out before the end. And then I started feeling my wind going away. I said, okay, I let him go, Bam. I let him go. You can stop choking me now. We were crazy ass motherfuckers, man.
Who is this?
That's Iceman. That's Iceman. That's Larry Stegler.
Okay.
That's cool, man. That's a nice picture, man. That's too bad it's on all them good brothers, man. Like our obituaries, man. All them good brothers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Let me see. I think Cutes know this one.
Yeah, he know that. He know the next one.
Okay. All right. I know Lady Country always talk about it. Elgin too.
That's my best friend Punky.
That's Punky.
When Punkin came, hey, dog. When Punkin came home, came home in '79, right? So, and when Punkin came home, we met up at the Soul West Club, and Punkin looks just like Bulldog. So I thought Punkin was Bulldog, but Punkin knew who I was. So Punkin pulls up in the 6'4" Cadillac. I tell him to park around the back, so he parked. We go into Soul West Club. It's not until we get inside I realize that he ain't Bulldog. And he said, Cutes, I'm not Bulldog, I'm Punkin. I said, oh, shit, Punkin, when did you get out? And I got a little Sherman in me, too. So then me and Punkin, we were buddies for the whole 2 months. Then he would come and visit me in the county jail.
Oh,
and he was telling me that his little brother was in my unit, and he was worried, because we were doing crazy shit in there.
Right.
And I said, well, which one is your little brother? He said, well, he's going to be coming out in a minute, and I want you to see him. So he came out, because they had a Brim call me out, and then they called out a little brother, and I told him he ain't got to worry about nothing. It's going to be all good. Ain't nothing going to happen to your little brother in here, Punkin. And then Punkin, he dies like a week later in a robbery.
Right.
Yeah, that was sad, man.
Man. Hey, I got two comments for you, Cutes. Number one, don't let me find out y'all was Magnificent Seven Brims.
Well, ask Black Dog. Ask Crazy Dog was the Magnificent Seven Brims.
They wasn't Brims. They were holding their own.
Hey, the second one was Cutes was always trying to kill his best friends then.
Well, it was like we became friends after the madness. You learn. It's like what Crazy Dog said. It's like when you go through something, then you meet the person and get to talking to them, and then you realize that the person is straight down like you.
Yeah.
You realize that this is my friend.
Hey, I got a dumb question for you, Crazy Dog. Excuse my immaturity. Did the Brims didn't have afros, man, or what?
They have afros.
Man, I don't see
the Brims had afros.
I see a half wop afro. Where y'all at, Crazy Dog?
No, hey, that's a picture I dug up. You notice I'm not up in that picture.
Right.
But I had a big ass afro.
Okay.
Yeah, you did have hair. You had a lot of hair.
Did you lift weights before you went to prison?
Before I went to prison?
Yeah.
Every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do too much in that. I didn't decide to lift a weight till I went to prison, you know. Like Cherry Angel, Shaky J, Lionel, they lift weights just then while they was on the streets, but shit. I kick back, drink my beer, my wine and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and wait on the next mission. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't lift no weight before I went to prison.
What?
Did you ever run across AC Moses when you was in YA?
No.
Wow.
I was seeing him on your show. Yes, I never ran across. You know, matter of fact, know why I ran across that made something that was accurate, which I'll discuss. I ran into Ray Boyd from Bounty Hunters.
Okay.
And he was the first one told me when I was in YA, he came from TS. I was in YA camp. And he didn't want to introduce me to the red flag.
Okay.
Okay, so in YTS, did Ray Boyce and Bulldog ever have a fight, or did they act like they liked each other or didn't like each other?
I don't know if they had a fight because I went in TS. I was in YA camp. And he came from TS to YA camp.
Okay.
So I don't know if they had a run in, if they had a fight or none of that.
Okay.
But he introduced me to the red flags. He said the homies is wearing red flags now. They call themselves Bloods. Now I can honestly say that was in '74.
Okay.
When he told me that.
Right.
I went to YA in '73. That was '74. I got out in February of '75.
Okay. That's cool.
That's
so
history right there, man.
Okay, so Kennedy, the Kennedy brothers, what brims were they responsible for starting or being a part of?
You talking about McKinley now?
Yeah.
They was part of I want to say it's two sections where they stayed at. I know they stayed over by the park on 40. I want to say 48th and Hoover.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a cut between there and Fruit Town. You know what I'm saying? McKinley. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of Fruits is familiar with them. So I don't know which one they really was representing, but they function with both.
Okay.
So I cannot sit here and really say which one would they really represent.
Do you remember when we were at the long table and the Hoover family had a plaque and their representative was a dude named Big Nate? Did you know Nate?
No, I didn't know Nate. And matter of fact, the Hoover families, I didn't know that somebody was up in there representing them.
Okay. But they had a few members coming to the table at that time.
So when I was at the long table, I was representing the four. The country that was representing 5'9". I don't know who was representing the Deuce. Yeah, you know. Well, Quiet Kept. It wasn't nobody representing the Deuce because it was still L.A. Brims.
Yeah.
They haven't the Deuce yet.
Was that you guys' territory where the Hoover families was? Wasn't that once our Brim?
Well, off Adams and Hoover.
Adams and Hoover, 25th.
Oh, that was no, that was their hood. That was their hood.
Okay.
That was whose hood?
That was Family and Outlaw.
Right. Y'all didn't consider the Hoover family Brims?
Huh?
Y'all didn't consider the Hoover family Brims?
No, they was who they were. They was Hoover families, you know what I'm saying? We just go over there, we was kicking with it. That was just our lives.
Okay.
I know Karate D told me someone was Baby Brim. But
No, they was Inglewood families.
Okay,
I'm
did
not
you know
Inglewood,
Donna
that ain't
Ray?
family.
Hoover family, I got you. Wait, one question, Cutes, before you go.
Okay. All right.
They want to know, who did the Brims fight in 1968 before the Crips came on the scene?
Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? It was just any off brand, anybody just seemed like they had an attitude, anything. You know what I'm saying? They would fight, but even though, you know what I'm saying, we had that name and so mind you, when we came out, the Crips came out not too long after that. Because this is why I say that, because I had a homegirl staying on 57th and Hoover. And she moved right around the corner from Washington High. And before she moved in, she gave a housewarming party. Now, mind you, we was already out, but we were not that long though. You feel me? And some Crips came to the party. And our mom told us that no, this just for friends only, you can't come in. They were demanding. So people come out, hey man, she said you can't come in, a fight broke out. And one of the homies, you know what I'm saying, got shot, Ronald Alexander. Now Ronald always used to holler, he had a firecracker, oh man, I'm shot. But these cats, when they got the busing, we on the side of the house and Ronald hollered, man, I'm shot. Man, don't start that shit tonight, man. These motherfuckers is shooting. But come to find out he was shot. You feel me? And it was Crips that shot it. You feel me? So it wasn't long after we consider ourselves, but we always had that name Brim, even though we were just friends, it wasn't really no gang because we used to wear the Brim hat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody used to wear the Brim hat. That's why, you know what I'm saying, when we decided to make it a gang, they said, well, what we gonna call ourselves? We're gonna continue to call ourselves Brim. You feel me? And it always just stuck. You feel me?
Was you around for the Apple Hat era?
No, I wasn't around for the Apple Hat.
Okay. Man, you got some good history, man, and I like the way you put it down.
Yeah, I told you he makes it plain, man.
Yeah, yeah, he spells it out real clearly.
Yeah, sober mind.
Did you ever run across James Miller? I heard you and James Miller had an incident.
I know James Miller very well. But the thing is, I mean, we didn't have me and him didn't have no incident. The thing is, I remember James Miller before he went to prison when Manuel was all Brim school. James Miller used to come up there, and he had some size on him, and Big Country had size on him too, So Miller come up there just like Black Johnny from South Park. He'll come up there, and everybody I would tell Big Country, hey man, get him, get him, because he's like the same size, you feel me? And Big Country like, nah man, they didn't make their rounds, but I was in Lancaster with James Miller. And we talked and stuff, but just before his death, you know what I'm saying, I was still in Lancaster, when the situation happened. And out of nowhere, he just changed up, and you know, I'm not gonna put it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? What the rumor is, this and that.
Yeah, that's back porch talk. We'll talk about that on the back porch.
Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know, he did. Also, he did change up. You know, and like something was bothering him. You know what I'm saying? And he started giving away a lot of this stuff. You know, and he ended up going to the hole. You know.
Yeah.
And that was like on I want to say maybe a Thursday or a Friday. He went to the hole.
Yeah.
And that Sunday morning, they said, you know, he committed suicide. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and shit. You know, that was a sad day. You know, because brother, you know, like I say, the one thing, you know, when you warn against a person, you know, but when you had that intimate conversation with a person, you know what I'm saying, you get to know them, you know, and
Yeah.
you see another side of a person, you had that passionate love for a person, you know, so
Yeah.
it's like, I felt bad, you know, for the brother, you know, just like the same way with Turkey, you know, when
Yeah.
they talk about executing Turkey, you know, and like I said, I had a shell with his name on it, you know. So when they were talking about executing him, the first idea I called Terry Godot, you know, and I just wanted his opinion, you know. I said, man, what you think about them talking about executing Turkey, you know? He said, man,
Yeah.
I think that's some messed up shit, you know. I said,
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I just wanted to hear your opinion. I said, so, you know, at the end of the day, man, that's a good brother, man. That's a human being, you know what I mean? I said, and they don't have nothing solid, you know, to say, you know what I'm saying, what they claim this man of. But I said, my opinion is they just want to get rid of him because his name and what, you know what I'm saying, they feel he started and he got going on. And that made that cripping, you know what I'm saying? And they feel he's the head of it. And brought all you know these headaches and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they want to do away with it. You feel me? You know, I said, but you know, I thought that was foul shit. You know, but back to James Miller, man. You know, I felt kind of bad. You know, for the brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the situation. You know.
Well, hey, check this out. Cornell Thompson claims to be one of the leaders of the Brims. Did you know him?
Cornell who?
Cornell Thompson. He was in a newspaper article claiming to be the leader of the Brims. I want to say he said 1969 or something like that. Then he moved back to Texas.
Well, how you gonna start something when he moved back to Texas?
Let's go with it, Joe. Give us some more info, Joe.
Do you have another name he went by?
I'm gonna get the info in a minute. I think he did have another name. Now he had two names. Yeah, they had a lot of influence on the West Side. True story, facts. Of course. Kind of a rhetorical elementary question. Was the Harlem Crips with the business?
Yeah, the Harlem Crips. Yeah, the Harlem Crips with the shit.
Harlem Crips was probably one of the most on y'all radar back then in the original form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if y'all partying in the fruit towns, right?
Yeah.
Did you know Big Boob from Harlem? Big Bob from Harlem.
But I know Bob Mason.
Bob's a hog.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. 15-year-old Thompson became a leader in a group of Miranding Manual Arts High School students named the West Side Brims. According to Thompson, gang activity for him began in 1969 when his family moved to Los Angeles from Texas. And he got in trouble and got sent back to Texas.
I don't know who that is.
Let me see what else I got. I mean, if you don't know him, that's cool. It's better than lying saying you did know him. Let's see. Leader in the group, Emmanuel. Let me see. Recently, he says he was dismissed from a local drug rehab where he was being treated for cocaine addiction. He says he wants to stay clean and get a new start, but his past gang affiliation says Thompson continued to haunt him, drawing him into activity he wants to desperately free himself of. I'm just caught up in the web of what's going on, Thompson explained. Thompson got caught up in participating end of gang activity that often erupts in bloody turf wars, drive-by shootings, robberies, thefts, and inner rivalry and murders. That's it.
Nah.
Okay. Cutes, you all right? I had you on mute. I know it was killing you.
Well, you muted me but that's good. Okay, because I would have interrupted. Hey, so we could say that this guy, Crazy Dog, is not the founder of the Brims?
Yeah, he said he's second generation. He right up under the founders.
Well, Crazy Dog is right up under the founders.
Right.
So he would know if this was legit about this guy. He don't even know who he is.
That's why I asked him about him. So we can.
And it's not like Manual Art was a real big school.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Brims hung out back then on Vermont.
See, one thing about back then, yes, I'm saying, even though I'm a second generation, one thing about, and that's not just our hood, that's everybody's hood.
Mm-hmm.
Something up, you had to know your history. Who was who, doing what, why you doing what you doing. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and you know everybody that was before you. You feel me? So that's why I say that name is not familiar. You know.
Okay, here go a question. Got here late. Is this brother and Elgin from the same crew or different areas? It seems Brims had a lot of turf. Do you know what Brims were first?
L.A. Brims. And Elgin was before me. You know, everything was L.A. Brims.
Let's see. Hey, Kev asked, did Brims have a relationship with the bishops? And did you know Bobby Lavender?
I heard of, I didn't know him personally. Yes, we had a relationship with the bishop.
All right. This is Miles' brother. He has a cousin, Rick, that was a Brim. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I didn't ask you, but I swear I meant to ask you. Let me pull this picture back up. About Staves. I didn't know if you would know. Let me see. I guess I could ask Baby Gangster, though. Damn.
I wanted to ask Black Dog something.
Go ahead, ask me.
Hey, Black Dog, are you familiar with the 5'9" Brims in San Diego?
Only thing I know, I met some of them in prison, but I know Big Country went out there and started 5'9" Brims.
Okay, because the 5'9" Brims is still in existence,
right?
Here in San Diego. They got a rich Brim history, and
right.
You know, maybe one day they could come on and tell their story.
Right.
We like to show the connection. You know, it's like it just adds to this rich history. You know, it's just so cool, man.
Hey, Crazy Dog, I want to hit you with a little funny one that me, you, and Cutes know about, but the audience don't know about. Can you tell Cutes what kind of car he had back in the day? The color?
The tangerine color Cadillac.
Hey, when I talked to Cutes, he said, "Damn, he remembered the car that I forgot all about."
We had to know.
I seen him on Crenshaw, and I was right next to him. He didn't even repeat me.
That's a trip. Our cars had rips. We all knew each other's cars. So,
Yeah.
oh shit, there goes the LTD. We know who had that. It was only 2 LTDs. Shaft had one, and Terry Cadeau had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I remember
remember
Mouse had the Riviera, and
Yeah.
Rusty had the Firebird.
Oh damn! Nobody ever mentions that when Rusty did had a Firebird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Elgin had the gold Cadillac.
The gold Cadillac?
Yeah, Elgin had a gold Cadillac. It was like Tookie's Cadillac. Took's Cadillac, I think, was green.
Yeah.
Elgin had a Cadillac too.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about Raymond Cook. You remember Raymond Cook on Bonzella?
Raymond who?
Raymond Cook, the Nefu.
Raymond Cook.
He stayed on Bonzella. He was a Crip though.
Raymond Cook.
Well, it's all right if you don't remember him, or maybe you think about him later.
No, I can't say I do.
Okay. Did y'all, when Big Country moved to San Diego, did y'all ever go to San Diego to visit him?
No, well, before you moved to San Diego, you understand what I'm saying? Because his auntie stayed out there.
Hmm.
And when he used to go back and forth down there, and he used to tell us all the time, man, don't y'all come down there with me, man. Got some homies down here, you know. But, you know, country was the type, you know, country was country. And sometimes, you know, country will say something, you know, he put extras on it, you know, and man, matter of fact, go to San Diego, follow you know San Diego, tell me you got, you know, but shit. But country, he was accurate on all this shit. I guess it's just the tone of his voice or just the way he talked. You just think, you know, country be with the bullshit. But country was always accurate on everything he said, man. You know, and we never went down there. Then he finally moved down there. Once he moved down there, he had already established it. You know what I mean? And he done that. You feel me? You know, and that's when he went down there and like you say, I guess he wanted to change. You feel me? You know.
Two more questions that come to mind. Did you have any type of relationship with T. Rogers?
So, matter of fact, I was like that when T. Rogers hit the thing.
That last little time he did?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't kick it? Y'all didn't do laps?
No, I never, matter of fact, I never ran into T. Rogers.
Oh, I thought you said y'all just did time together.
No, I said I was locked up just about the time he hit the scene. Meaning,
okay. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So you don't think T. Rogers was as early as he said he was, or y'all just didn't know each other?
Me personally, I heard of him, yes, when I was locked up, this and that. When Blackstone came into existence, T. Rogers was nowhere around.
Okay.
I ain't never heard of him, I ain't never seen him. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he wasn't in existence, but at that time, and mind you, we done been in the jungle many a time, you know, party and everything else, and I never heard the man till later on. You know,
I've had other people tell me that, not publicly, but behind closed doors. And I had those conversations with T too before he passed. T was a friend of mine. Me and T was cool.
Right.
But yeah, he showed me his photo album and stuff, and we had a lot of deep conversation. That's why he wouldn't do an interview with me, man. Because he knows some things would have came out.
Right.
But I got a lot of respect for T. Rogers, though. He was like a tutor, a teacher, always trying to teach Black consciousness and be more wise. Don't be so dumb and illiterate. So I had a lot of respect for T. Rogers. I'm gonna show this real quick, and then I'm gonna try to think of what the other question was I had for you. But this dude Staves, I had believed might be related to Fred Staves, a Santana block. He talked about having a cousin living over in the Six Deuce Brims. So I guess I could holler at Gangster, but somebody in the comment section said this guy was related to Gangster, and I kind of figured that.
I don't
Same
know.
last name.
I don't know. It might be. I don't have no knowledge of it. I know his brother is Jackie Fox. It's a reputable from the hood. You know, and you got a brother named Donnell. So as far as anything else, I don't know if he ever extended, you know, family, you know, and the connection.
Yeah, he's a lot younger than you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you wouldn't know him, but
Right.
thought maybe you might know that he had connections to Compton. All right, so I remember the question. The question was, did you guys have any Mexicans from Brims back in the 70s?
Yeah, we had the Fat Rat, Kenny Davalier. He was a Mexican. If you want, you said Angel was a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Because he was mixed with black and Mexican, kind of like, you know, more like a Mexican, you know. But them the only two.
Okay. Cutes, what's up, Cutes?
Oh, do you remember the two white Brims that lived on 59th by the Quan's Market over by Western? And one got killed in a car wreck.
Two white Brims?
Yeah.
I know the area where you were claiming, but I can't recall no white Brims.
Yeah, there was two white guys. They was claiming Brim.
Ruben and Chico, BIP from Fruittown Brim.
Chico.
Okay, so this guy from Compton, Crip, says Brick Rock and OG Larry was related to Baby Gangs. Those names don't sound familiar.
Rick Rock?
Yeah.
And Larry who? Or Larry State? Let's see. Now, them names don't sound familiar.
Okay, it's all good. No disrespect, shot caller over there. No, but I don't think he's going on. Quran's Market was on 59th and Normandy.
Yeah. Quant was on 59th. Quant was on 50. Quant was on 59th in Normandy up toward Gage. And then there was another market on 59th, like around 50. It was right by Harvard Park, but it was on Western. What was the name of that little market right there? It was right next to a parakeet shop.
I know the name of it. It was a green market.
Yeah, green. In the alley, and you go down that alley, there was a little parakeet place right next to it that bred parakeets. It was on the same street as Harvard Park's second playground.
Yeah.
The baseball. Anyway, that's where those two brothers lived at that I just named.
I don't remember them.
Yeah, they didn't stay around that long. It was right on that street. Because only on the other side of the street is where the houses were. And the other side was the park.
Yeah, I skipped over the Denver Lanes. Did you have a relationship with the Lanes?
Yes, we had but see, at the time, you know, the lane was kind of short back then, you know, coming up, you know, on Denver Street, you know, off of one of their main spots was off of Century, you know what I'm saying, you know, in Denver, you know, and we used to go over there all the time, you know. I think it was 100 Hoover and 106th Street. We used to go over there, you know what I'm saying, to holler at the Denver Lane. Now this was back in the day.
I had a hobby raising pigeons. Did any Brims have roller pigeons back in your day?
Yes, in fact, me and my brothers, young when we stayed, because you know I stayed right there on Gage, right off of Hoover, between Hoover and Menlo. And we had a pigeon cage just full of tumblers. You know, BB guns for the cats. You know what I'm saying? The cats trying to eat the pigeons up. You know, penetrate the cage. You know, and all that. You know, yeah, you had them.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the cat. Was hawks flying over the city back then?
I ain't never seen no hawk flying over the city back there.
I'm thinking something transpired to push the hawks into the city. Because in
Exactly.
my era, it was hawks, man. It was, yeah, it was a lot of hawks, bro.
I had never seen a hawk, man. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. That just show you how the environment and everything changes. You know what I mean? And it changed to something that's it's just like the food. The same food you eat, yes, and yes, and you was cool. You eat it now, yes, and you get cancer and all kind of shit. It's just crazy, you know. So it just a change of time, you know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for all of you guys asking questions that he already answered, play this back. When it's done, just play it back. He's already went over all the stuff you guys are asking.
I'm trying to think if we missing Aston or something.
Sure, we did, because you can't put his whole life in an hour and 55 minutes. So.
No, you can't. But I'm glad. I'm just happy that after 41 years, we got him on here with us, and I'm glad he made it through that shit. That's what I'm glad you made it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it no different what you did, you know what I'm saying? Likewise, you know what I mean? You know, our everyday life is a struggle, you feel what I'm saying? You know, but you know, sometime in life, man, you know what I'm saying, we gotta put our life in perspective, you feel me? And see, you know what I'm saying, what the importance is, you know what I'm saying, our meaning, you feel me? You know, and I can honestly say, you know, even though I bang, you know what I'm saying, and I was a hardcore gang member, you know what I'm saying. That was the stage I went through and the place where I was at, you know what I'm saying, mentally at that time, you feel me? But once I matured and got older, you know, and I look back on everything and look at the other young brothers coming in, you know what I'm saying, following our footsteps, you know, doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, every generation get worse and worse, you feel me? You know, I kind of wish, like, you know, I didn't even play a part in that. Feel me? Because you know what I'm saying. If you can recall, Q's, we used to say we doing it for the sport of it. You feel me? You know, because you know it wasn't as it was hands on, and we was doing our thing, but a lot of innocent people wasn't getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Cause our conduct. You know how we got out. You know what I'm saying? When we seen you, we didn't have many drive-bys. We walk up on our individual, you know what I'm saying, who we looking for and handle our business. You know what I mean? You know, because it was a personal situation. You know, it comes to automatic weapons and all this and that. And, you know, everybody getting shot but the target, the person that, yes, I'm saying, they looking for. You feel me? And that's the messed up part about it, you know. So my only thing is I'm not condoning nothing I done. You feel me? Majority of it, I regress a lot of it because I see, yes, I'm saying, the outcome of it. You feel me? And it devastating, yes, I'm saying, even today. You know, I don't hear two little young kids from the hood, you know, lost their life. You know, kids, you know, just buried them, you feel me? They even had the opportunity to live their life, you know. And I don't care how you cut it, man. The shit is not fair. You feel me? You know, at the end of the day, man, you know, we as parents, you know, some of our own kids, you know, we fortunate enough to have them in our life, but you have other parents, you know, what I'm saying, they didn't sign up for this shit. They didn't ask for this here, you know, even though their kid might get out there, you know, and place themselves in the harm's way or in a situation. But at the end of the day, them still babies. You feel me? And we need to look at that shit, you know what I'm saying? Realize, you know, it's not fair, man. You know, so, you know, that's why I say I kind of wish I didn't play a role in none of that, you know, coming up, but I did, you know, and I take full responsibility for that, you know. But back then, shit, I would say it is what it is. I don't regret nothing I ever done, you know, but that was a false statement, you know, as a man sitting here before y'all, you know. I played a role in it, you know what I'm saying? And I take full responsibility for that part, you know. But at the end of the day, somewhere along the line, you know what I'm saying, I just wish, you know, it could come to the point where, hey man, you know, like Rodney King said, we all could get along, man, you know what I'm saying, live life, you know what I'm saying, let life live, you feel me? You know, I just want to say that.
Man, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that, man, because you always been a real dude, man. And to be as real as you are, authentic as you are, man, and to go through the suffering of that long incarceration and to come out with a good found solid mind like you have, man, the world needed to hear this, man.
Amen.
You know, a lot of voices have been quieted forever,
Right.
you know, to the grave.
Right.
So I'm glad you were able to leave that in this world, man, what you just said, brother.
That's right.
Hey, I don't know if you got to go or not, but I want to at least get two questions in before you get out of here. Where was the Untouchable Brims located at?
Between 52nd and 56, between Hoover and Vermont. That was Sugar Bear, Pockets, Angel, Jackie Jake, who else? There's quite a few of them. Virgil, got Virgil brother Bubble, Jada. There was quite a few of them.
Cutes off. The other one was, when you got to prison, did you have any relationship with the Vanguards or the BGF?
Yes.
Okay. Was that normal for blacks when you got up in there?
That's the norm when you first get up in there, and the thing is, it tests your manhood. And what I mean by test your manhood, you know what I'm saying, what position you gonna take. If you your own man, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna stand your ground, you're gonna stand your position. You know. And when I first got, but they tried to get me up on it, BGF, Vanguard, UBN, BL, all that. I told them all, I'm already in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna, you know, get it nothing else. You feel me? They continue to try, you know what I'm saying, but I stood my position. You know, there was no repercussion, you know what I'm saying? I never got up under none of that paperwork. You know, now what I was gonna do in the mix of all that, I was gonna become a Muslim. You feel me? But as I go to the chapel and see all the cover up and the shit they going through, I'm always stay where I'm at. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I never got up under that umbrella, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I just stayed, you know, I just stayed a Brim, you know what I'm saying, blood, you know, affiliated, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I didn't stop being active till I was 50.
Mm.
And the reason for that is I seen how the youngsters was coming in, how they was splitting up sets and they tripping on one another and this and that. And I didn't come to condone that shit, so I backed away from it, you know. And the reason why it took me so long, you know what I'm saying, and being active that long, you gotta remember when I come to prison, you know what I'm saying, I was a youngster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So
that's why I asked that question. You see,
yeah.
I went before BL and UBN
Right.
Going back a ways, yeah.
Exactly. So that's
How
all I
about
knew. Go ahead.
how about the Northaniels? Did you mess with them? The Northerners?
Yeah, I mess with, matter of fact, you said the North thing, you meaning the dudes from up north or the Mexicans or
The
what?
Mexicans.
Some of the Mexicans, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because, it was always cool with the blacks and stuff, you know what I'm saying, from down south, even the ones up north, because their whole thing was the Southern Mexicans, And, we always had a report, and two, with us, because we both wear the same colors, red,
Mm.
And that's the same with the dudes up north, the brothers, the joint reds and stuff. So we already had a good rapport and stuff,
Mm.
Later on that shit it changed, for whatever reason, but at that time I'm out the game and everything, so
Mm.
whatever they was going through, they had to deal with that, but when I was coming through, you know what I'm saying, that was the norm, you know what I'm saying. We had a good relationship.
Right. Let me ask you this. Did you see a change from uh, the Samoans back in the day and then going into later on toward the end of your stint? Like, did they roll with blacks at one point and then stop rolling with blacks? How did that work?
Uh Yeah, they roll with black yes, you know what I'm saying, and they did kind of slack up. They did back up, yes, you know what I'm saying. But I guess I don't know. It'd be speculation on my part, but
Mhm.
at one time, more Samoans started coming to prison. So I guess they had I feel they had enough number or family, you know what I'm saying, that they stand firm on their own. You feel me?
Mhm.
I don't know. That's just my speculation.
Right, right, right.
But I did feel change though.
Cutes.
Yeah.
Was it ever a time where the Samoan Crips hung out with you guys and then at some point stopped?
The only Samoan Crip that used to hang out with me was a Compton Crip from the park, and his name was Big Sherm. And he hung out with me the whole time I was at Tracy. And other than that, I don't remember no other Samoans ever cripping with me but him.
All right. Yeah, that's cool, crazy dog, man. If you ever have time, I'd like to have you come back one more time, man, and chop it up.
No problem. You just give me a heads up. Let me know what's happening.
Okay. He already answered about Raymond Cook. He said he haven't heard of Raymond Cook. How about the Bonzella Crips? You heard of them?
Bonzella Crips.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, they wouldn't call themselves Bonzella Crips at the time. I was out yet, but like I said, Kevin Woods, he stayed on Bonzella.
Okay.
Yes, I'm 70th in Bonzella. Yes, but he was claiming 7 photo.
Okay. Oh yeah. Hey, Cutes.
Yeah.
Did you know Slowpoke from A-Tray Gangster that did 35 years?
Well, that's my best friend. He stayed right on 70. He stayed across the street from Loose Booty.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Loose Booty lived on the same street.
Hmm.
Opposite sides of the street. I knew his sister. He knocked off a lot of calendars with me, and his celly was football for a little while, and then he finally came home, and he surprised me because he walked up to me in the parking lot, and I said, "Hey, man," and it was Slowpoke. So he's out doing good.
Yeah, that's what he said. Whoever asked that question said he just seen him at the liquor store.
Oh yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, that's my best friend. Asked him, he'll tell you. Yeah, so yeah, that's my best friend, Cutes.
He's somebody's mom just passed away. Cool brother.
Well, I'm sorry about the mom passing away. I know that's hard on a man or a woman.
Let me see. Cutes. He called your bluff, man. He said, I'm Samoan and I hung out with Cutes and Donovan.
All right, then that's cool. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, man. I had Samoan homies in Donovan too. Yeah, Real talk.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Cute old buddies is on here watching. Hey, Crazy Dog, I don't want to hold you, man. Yeah, we'll hit you up for another day to come back on, man.
All the time, man. I enjoy just sharing with y'all, man, and interacting with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all enjoy the rest of your night, man.
Yeah, you too. I appreciate it, man. And I don't know how long you've been out, but welcome home. And I'm glad you in good spirits and got a good train of thought on your head, man. And I appreciate you for coming on and blessing us with some history.
No problem. Anytime.
All right. Take it easy, bro.
Y'all enjoy your night.
All right, you too.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna get on ready, I guess, to go to work.
Okay.
And that was great, man. You know, get a OG Brim like that to come on, who gave us some, you know, history. I think that was all right, man.
You know what make his history so good? It's like he didn't give you nothing to question. He didn't say nothing that makes you think wasn't true, right?
Yeah.
I like that. That was smooth. That was real smooth.
Yeah.
Not having to ask him to clarify things or straighten things out. That was real good. I like that dude, man.
Yeah, man. He's a good brother, man. You know, I'm glad he made it home. I mean, dang, usually people have time like that, they get on that medication so they could just, you know, not feel. You know,
Right.
because if you ain't on no medication, you're gonna feel every day of that 41 years.
Man. So when you gonna do your picture show?
Well, let's round up some more pictures,
Okay.
and you know they want to see Big Rick and Black Dog and us and some more. So let's go through our stuff, get many as we could get this time, and let's have a bigger picture show.
Wow. All right. I'm with it. All right, you take it easy, Cutes.
All right, Mac Heads and Maniacs, y'all take it easy. Have a good night.
All right. Man, we got blessed by two OGs right there, boy. Respectful OGs, calculated in their answers and real precise with their dates. That was really good. I want to say impressed. I'm impressed with our guests. Let's put it that way. Really good history. They didn't disagree on anything. They didn't have no disagreements. Really, really good. I would like, you know, I don't say what I would like. I don't like to wish for things, but I would wish Crazy Dog does a one-on-one on the Blue Channel or two-on-one, me and S Mac or whatever. But to have him on the Blue Channel would be magnificent, groundbreaking, epic. And I think you guys would really, really love and appreciate that. Let me get to doing my editing and shit. Put some Brimming music on there, some oldies with some flicks. Oh man, that would be classic. But we do got Cutes coming on with some more pictures. I think that'll be another really good live. You guys showed out last time he showed pictures, so we're gonna get those Big Rick pictures that you got. Well, picture that you guys want to see so bad with Black Dog and Cutes. And man, I don't even want to get off, man. I want to stay on. Y'all want me to come back on? If y'all want me to come back on, I'll come back on. Just let me run the 7-Eleven and get my daily dose of sugar. Once I get that sugar, I can do a late night with Kev Mac. You know how we do it. Freaky Tales, Too Short, you know what I'm saying? Shanique was in the building, right? And thank you guys for the over 400 views for 2 hours. That was real nice. All right, I'll come back on. Let me run the 7-Eleven though. What time? It's only 8. So let's do about 9, 10. What y'all think? 9 o'clock, 9, 10. Brim Blood, absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Crazy Dog. I'll see on the block tomorrow. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Why don't you take a flick for us, man, and send it to me, Brim Blood. You the one sent me his number, right? If I'm not mistaken, I got the number from you, right? If that was you, I appreciate you, man. That was epic. And I told you, man, if he has some bullshit history, I wasn't going to listen to it. And I also told you, man, I don't be tripping, man. I mess with the Bloods, man. Our theme song, this is for the Damus and the Lokes. for the Fruittown Brims on Spokes. Come on, man. Come on, man. We fully with all that, man. We with all that, man. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in a little bit, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the super chats and the questions. Peace.